All right, so I forgot to take some videos, but I have been doing some work on this old crusty farm truck. I got the rad support in place and the fenders are mounted to it, and they look in, not bad positioning. I had to cut, this is a piece of aluminum here, I had to cut that out. Used to run in here, right in the way of the headlights, so that came out, both sides. That came out, now that's in. The fenders are screwed to it. The rad support's screwed to it, to the fenders. So that's in place. There's what's left of the Ford core support. Had to cut off that whole piece. Plus, there was some smaller trimming I did with that. But so this is in place, and I think it looks pretty good. So I did take a. I'll show you the inside. So this is the core support on the Escalade was all aluminum. I left it. I just trimmed out what I needed to. And then obviously this old Ford truck was a tin sheet metal. So what I did is I tack welded a bracket in there all the way across. It's just a piece of a shelf unit. And then I screwed it down to the aluminum because you can't weld steel to the aluminum. So I am going to weld that all the way, and I'm going to put a lot more screws in it. But for now, that's holding that in place. There's nowhere to put the hood hinges. We had these big beams here before with hood hinge holes. There's no room for those anymore, nor do I want to get in there and play with it. So I just used some exterior hinges, which I'll show you here. It seems to work pretty good. There you go. I mounted those on. I could rust them up or paint them blue or do whatever, and I might just leave them. It adds to the farm fresh feel. Something breaks, you use what you have on hand, right? As for all the rads, that's the coolant rad and then the trans cooler rad. There was This is a replacement transcooler. There was another one still mounted in there, the old one that had broke. And there was an old power steering cooler, which somebody here just put a bypass loop on and replaced that. And then the air conditioning rad was in the way. There was no coolant, there was no Freon left in the air conditioning rad. So I ripped all that out. I can place this anywhere I want. There's a lot of hose there, as long as it's in the grill. And I have tried the grill insert in there. It goes in, it'll mount. So far so good on all that. I got all that working. The wheel placement looks pretty good. There it is with the hood on and everything. A little bit of a gap here. Now this fender is still kind of sitting loose, so I can adjust that up and down. But this is the corner where it was smashed in, and that's not fitting the greatest. I may have to elongate the holes in there and play with it to get the gap I want. But it's not looking horrible overall. The wheel spacing looks pretty good. And yeah, the hood hinges, I don't know. There's a line in the hood here. Runs down. I just followed that taper with the hinge. I don't think it looks bad. It's a lot easier than getting in there and playing with. And for what the truck is, it suits it, I think. So I did have this box in storage. I just pulled it out. This is just sitting on there with bungee cords and chairs and stuff to hold it in place. But none of this box fits together. Fenders, they have that really nice farm fresh feel. That's all really nice patina, wrinkled up dents, and there's a big dent there. I'll probably pop out, but the box has been sandblasted, the box sides and the front piece of the box. The front headboard does not fit the sides, but this is going to have a really shallow bed in it because of the frame rails come up so high and dip down there. So I think I can make that work, even if I have to extend it a little bit here and there or whatever. But it's all been sandblasted. This side as well. It's going to go on. So I may just clear coat that box. It's been sandblasted, a couple years ago now, and it was sat in a container, so it flash rusted. But for what I'm doing, it may, just clear coat it, leave the fenders green. Those fenders are early 60s, maybe mid 60s Chevy pickup step side. The box sides, I have no idea. I don't think they are the same. And the headboard, obviously, I have no idea either. But I do have a set of doors for this truck that are almost the same color green, I think, or it may be the same color green, but really close to match those fenders. So I think overall it would look pretty good with the blue, green. Yeah, the box, I don't know. Paint that maybe. just quick paint on it and let it patina a little bit and clear coat it all, or just linseed oil the whole truck. I'm not sure, but it's coming along. Not too bad. That box will just all bolt together, and I just got to figure out what height I want it at and what height I want the fenders at. The fender's sitting a little low right now. It's got to go up. I mean, the front sits not super high, but it sits at a good height. The back sitting right there, it's kind of low, so I think it kind of looks a little funny sitting that way. But unless you like tail draggers, I guess. But I think I will take it up to match the front a little bit. But yeah, it's the work I've done to it so far. I don't have much time in this truck actually, but I just keep forgetting to take videos. It never occurs to me until I've done stuff, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to take a video of that. So yeah, there we go. That back panel, you're not even going to see that panel I welded in there to cover up all that rust back there. Well, I cut out the rust and covered it in. You won't see it once the sides are on. Yeah, I think I'll paint the rims flat black or something. I'm not going to leave them all like that. Something to try to hide the fact that they're Escalade rims. I'm not going to replace them unless I can find a cheap set of Steely bolt-ons. Would be nice. Set of, winter style Steelies. Might suit the truck better than those. Maybe with some baby moon hubcaps or whatever. But whatever I can come across, I'm not going to go out and buy stuff. I mean, this is just a cheap build. Hoping to have zero money into it by the time I strip down both vehicles and scrapped them. Got the money back in scrap for the carcasses and the frames and the motors or whatever. I should have almost $0 into this vehicle, so it is what it is. I like it. It's coming along pretty cool. So if you like it, hit subscribe, give me a like, comment, whatever. Trying to grow the page a little bit, and I hope you like what I'm doing. Thanks.